I think he's got everything aligned here to progress the football club. And then we use that word progression and philosophy a lot, I think, especially at Brighton. But that is what they're doing. They're getting better all the time, and you can see it constantly. I mean, they're sitting the top half of the table after going 11 games without a win. Yeah. I mean, that speaks volumes.
You know what? And this is no disrespect to Everton, but when you look at the project that Graham Potter's got on here, you can see why he would turn them down to stay at this football club, can't you?
And you look at the group of players. The Brighton, I feel like they've got a better group of players that's been assembled to play that way. Graham Potter's, I mean, he's got to be one of the most sought after young managers, not just in England but anywhere in Europe. You know, with what he's done with this group of players, and also the team above him. We spoke to Dan Ashworth, didn't we? And we was really impressed with what he was doing at the club, and you know they was more than comfortable. 1-1 was probably the right result, but if you had to, I thought Brighton was slightly better over the 90 minutes, and that's an incredible feat for this club.
I just wonder, you know, if they had like an experienced striker out there this evening that just gambling a couple
he was
of
screaming at the lads as they was crossing the ball in. He wanted to tap it in.
What, one that can't move and just sits in the 6-yard box?
Listen, you might have scored 3 this evening, not moving from the 6-yard box. Let's have a quick look at the league table then and just confirm how it looks this evening after this draw. There you go, 1-1, Brighton, Chelsea. Obviously, they have the game this evening, not happening because of COVID-related issues with Burnley. They've probably worked out they can't get relegated if they never play another game this season. And then tomorrow, Leicester against Tottenham, Brentford against Manchester United. Both those games, of course, live on BT Sport. And this is what it means then for the top of the table. Interestingly, Chelsea, 12 points off the top. They've thrown away 13 points from winning positions so far this season. We'll talk about the significance of that with both of our guests as well. And as for Brighton, there you go, 9th in the table, 29 points on the board for them, 8 better off than they were at this stage last season. All you want as a football fan is progress for your team, and progress is what they're seeing. Just to let you know that Norwich play Watford on Friday night. Big one. If Norwich can pick up 2 wins on the bounce, they're out of the bottom 3.
You always find a way to turn the conversation to Norwich.
Always. Someone has to. No one else wants to talk about them.
Adam, a draw doesn't do that justice, does it?
No, I think for the whole game, I think we were the better team. I think they had a spell towards the end where they had the ball a lot. We couldn't quite keep the ball, but other than that, for 75 minutes, we were the dominant team. And yeah, on another day, we hopefully get 3 points there. But yeah, it wasn't to be.
Yeah, you made a point in every sense. I mean, a great header. Run free, and you put it away. Very clean header.
Yeah, well. About time. I had a couple at the weekend, which I was disappointed with. Should have done better. So yeah, it's pleasing tonight to finally get off the mark this season and chip in.
A bit of a shot goal in the first half. You didn't see that one coming. It left Brighton just sort of stumbling for a little while.
Yeah, well, as I said, first half we were by far the better team. It was a goal out of nowhere, really. It was, you know, it was probably 25 yards out, little deflection, and not much. I don't think we could have done too much about it. And that was a bit of a low blow for us because we were, as I said, we were the better team. But we stuck in there as we've done all season. We've gone behind quite a lot of times this season. We've always shown a lot of character to come back and get something from the game.
Yeah, regrouped at half time and then picked it up in the second half where you were at the start of the first half. Got that energy. And every player seemed to contribute tonight. Yeah,
the whole squad. You know, Steven Alzate come in tonight. He played out of his skin, and he hasn't played the 90 minutes in a long time. He had an injury, and he's come back. But that's probably his first proper Premier League 90 minutes for a long time, and he done outstanding. Obviously, we've got quite a few missing with injuries and stuff. Big players for our team. So it just shows the strength and depth that we've got in the squad, and gives the manager a headache.
Yeah, and you look like you're enjoying yourself as well, carrying the ball through midfield, and then the physical battle with you and Dan against Lukaku as well.
Yeah, you know, that's what we want. We like the physical battles. Obviously, he's a world-class player, and I've never played against him before, so it was a challenge. But yeah, we showed we could deal with it, and we done well.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Impressive, wasn't he?
Extremely impressive, yeah. Throughout the night, I think, both in offence and defence. I thought he was probably didn't put a foot wrong, did he, Joe?
No, he was outstanding, and he put his head on everything. And I mean, I know Lukaku's not at the top of his game, but him and Byrne dealt with him splendidly at the back. They was physical when they needed to be. They was clever. They was brave on the ball. It was a real good performance from him. He deserved his man of the match.
Should we have a look at the goal on the touchscreen?
Yeah, we should. I think this is a goal really from the management team. I think this is a way, Jake, if you see from the start, you see the 4 big lads at the edge of the box there. We'll just play it on slightly. And you watch Chelsea. This is how you get away out of the zone.
You got into the special menu there.
Yeah, at the zonal marking. So if you picture Lukaku, Thiago Silva and Cesar in that situation there. Yeah. Right, so what they do, the 4 big lads go to the back post, so you completely take them out of the run in there. Right, and in a moment you'll see Lukaku, he notices what's going on. Thiago's had a little nudge, Thiago's had a look. In a moment Lukaku, there he goes, he's pointing, he tells everyone where he is, but then we'll just take it back. The ball's been delivered. So also, you've taken your eyes to ᴅᴏᴀ. He's dealing with Rudiger. So you've taken the 4 best headers of Chelsea out the game. They're not marking no one. It's a fantastic delivery. And in a moment, I'll play it on in slow. You watch Mason Mount and Kante. They get muddled up. They're trying to block. They don't do the job good enough. And then Webster comes. There he is. Mount and Kante get blocked. Rudiger's being looked after. And that's how fantastic from the manager. It's a fantastic header. He's completely taken Chelsea's zone out. You can criticise Thiago Silva and Lukaku. Maybe they should have adjusted and come back because they're not marking, they're not doing anything there. But from Brighton's perspective, it's a fantastic bit of play.
How do you get that right then, from a management perspective, where you want your players to perform a certain role, but then also you do need them to actually react to what's happening on the field of play as well?
Yeah, through hours of analysing the opposition, through hours of trying to put it together on the training field, and more often than not, it not happening, it going wrong, somebody making the wrong decision. But that one we can see there, I mean, it was just perfect, wasn't it? It was on the money. They split Chelsea into almost 2 banks, didn't they? And I think probably the disappointing thing from a Chelsea point of view is he doesn't jump to head that ball. He's unopposed, and he just walks onto it and thumps it past Kepa, and he leaves the goalkeeper with no option to be able to get it.
100%. And I've been that guy when you're blocking someone and you're a little guy and you're marking a Webster or a Byrne, and your job's only to block their run, stop them, and let your big guys come and head it.
You can talk about zonal marking all you like, but desire becomes a crucial part of it.
Well, there's a little bit of concentration there, I would say, more than desire, because you can't. The front 3 boys have just not concentrated. There's no one to attack the ball in their zone, so they should take 3 yards backwards, and then maybe that becomes a more difficult ball to deliver. But it's a fantastic ball. It's on the money. I think even if they'd done what they should have done and moved 3 yards back, I still think Webster gets the header.
But as a blocker, you don't need to feel that, man. You don't want them big lads getting a run on you, and they take them right back, don't they? And they get a good run on them, and then it all of a sudden becomes difficult to block them, doesn't it? Difficult to get in the path without fouling them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Mount, Kante, Jorginho, and Alonso wasn't tight enough as a blocker. It's not a good job. They're not natural headers of the ball, any of them. Alonso's a big lad, and maybe you should have gone and picked up Byrne or something. But it's a fantastic from Brighton's perspective, because they obviously looked at what Chelsea do. A set-piece routine, and it's got them a point. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Look, we're going to have a look at the chances that Brighton didn't take, and just for the Brighton fans that are watching this, we don't want them to think, well, we're just drawn with Chelsea and you're picking the bones out of us and not taking chances. But I suppose the point that the two of you really want to make here is that it's so close to being not just good, but really good. And if they can just get this right, I mean, they could be winning these games they're drawing and be knocking on the door of European places.
Yeah, and then this is the next level. This is the next step for Brighton, is to become more clinical in front of goal.
Well, just for him as a lad, like, you want to get him. If he was in my team, I'd be getting him. Come on.
What's it like when a teammate does that after scoring a goal?
Well, when lads are, when lads are not happy, they're not playing, and I've been on that thing as well. But if I come off the bench and scored a goal, it was
a release.
It was a release of energy, but it's not concerning. But you just want to. I think it's good. The club are going to the World Club Championships in a couple of weeks, which is in Abu Dhabi, and I think that'd be a good opportunity to the club to get away, because the results have not been what they want, not what we want at the moment. So get away, get the lads together, get back, because this is team only 6-7 months ago was champions of Europe, and easily won the final against a great Manchester City team. So there's still great players in there. They just need to get back on the track and get in the right direction.
What did you think of it?
I was disappointed with that reaction to the goal. I think if you celebrate that in front of your own fans, I think it gives you a buoyancy for the next 10 minutes to go and take the game and to put this game to bed, because that's ultimately what Chelsea needed to do and should have done, as we keep referring to the Champions of Europe, a team that are looking, I think, probably as a top 4 team now, not as the champions anymore. I think that race is probably ran for them. Yeah, I mean, in all due respect, they've dropped 4 points against a Brighton team that if they want to win the Premier League, they need to be taking 4 to 6 points in easily. I mean, and against the run of play, they got a goal, and that was sort of, for me, a leg up. Now you go and take the game, you kill this game, you put it to bed. But even just with the celebration, it's like a flat celebration, and I think it passes on to teammates, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can see when you run up to him, Glenn, and you want to celebrate because you've worked all week to game plan, bang. He scored a great goal, and he would be thinking in his mind, that's a message to the manager, but the message is the goal. The message is the goal. Like, I should be playing. I've just put us 1-0 up in the Premier League with a great goal. Enjoy it. Like you said, you could really galvanise the group with a 1-0 win here in a tough game, and then you're out of the slump. But he's obviously got things that he's not happy with. But just keep doing what you're doing on the pitch. Affect the game, and you'll be playing regularly. This Chelsea, is, for the last 20 years, you've had 20 to 23 world-class players at the club, all throughout the last 20 years, and there's been competition for places. You know, it's very rare you get a player in that position that plays 90 minutes every week. Maybe Eden Hazard was. Who else? No one else. So, you know, you just want the lads to just enjoy it a little. Just take the weight off and go and play.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get the thoughts of the Chelsea boss. Thomas Tuchel is now with Des.
Thomas, you knew it was going to be a tough night. It proved to be the case. What did you make of the performance?
We look tired, no? And we are. And it's like this. We knew they are well prepared. We knew they had more time, less games to prepare this match. And you see in the end, the reaction of the whistle. Stadium celebrates like a victory. Yeah. That's what you face. And we need also our full strength to overcome these obstacles. In the moment it's difficult, so no blame for the team. We tried everything, but you can see that we're mentally tired.
You're mentally and physically tired?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
look at our schedule.
How do you get across that then?
We need some days off. We have now 2 days off, and then we have 2 days to prepare the next match at home against Tottenham, and then the boys need some days off. There's no other solution.
The goal helped a little bit for a while. The Ziyech goal, a surprise shot, a bit of power. Lifted you for a little while.
Yeah, and of course you can survive with this goal. I mean, this is we can play a clean sheet, but we were under pressure. But it's also normal. I did not see many teams, like I said before, to control Brighton over 90 minutes. It is normal that they play brave and they bring people to your box and create chances. Should have, of course, if you can maybe take a chance, a half chance for a second goal, you can go out and win. This is what we normally would be up to, but in the moment it's difficult to be too harsh on our players, because I know what's going on.
Yeah, Hakim didn't celebrate the goal. He kind of gave it a bit of kind of I could show you what I can do. It seemed like an angry response to the criticism he'd had.
Well, hopefully.
You want
good.
that?
Yeah, I'm happy. He can score 20 more and not celebrate. I have no problem.
But him and Lukaku were having a conversation pretty much through the game at half-time as well. Are they trying to work something out there? Is there something?
Hope as well. Yes. I mean, it's normal that they talk. It's normal that they're not happy. Yeah. And it's normal that they don't like it if we say that we want more from them. It's normal. But I think, like, even in the reaction of the goal, you can see that we're tired. We are relieved that we have a goal, but it's not like it's not the pure joy, because we are like saving energy even there. This is my feeling of the moment and of the team right now.
Thank you, Thomas.
Welcome.
Graham, you must be very pleased with that performance. A draw, but a moral victory, perhaps, if you can have such a thing in football.
Oh, we're really pleased and proud of the performance, definitely. I mean, we gave Chelsea a good game, I think. They're a top team and deserved our point. The performance was full of everything, personality and courage and hard work, everything you want. So really, really pleased.
Yeah, Tuchel was talking about the one-on-one duels that would happen in this match. You know, seem to win most of them, right?
Yeah, it's not so easy because they've got some top players, but the courage of our defenders, you have to cover each other as well. So, because you know you can't win everything, but. No, the boys played on the front foot as much as they could because it's impossible to do it for 90 minutes. They drive you back with their quality. And they scored from not too much. Didn't feel like we were almost a better team and we had to recover a little bit. But, yeah, the boys gave everything and it was a performance I really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was a sucker punch, wasn't it? It seemed to take the wind out of you for a little while.
Yeah, because I think we were well in the game. It was I think the boys could feel that it was a good performance from us. Like I said, Chelsea don't give much away, so you have to really earn everything. The only thing we could do maybe a little bit better is to work the goalkeeper a bit more with the opportunities we had, but apart from that, I think we had everything. Like I said, full of respect for Chelsea, top team, so dangerous when the ball turns over. They've got players that can hurt you with big spaces, but Dan Burn, Adam Webster, Mark Cucurella, ― you know, defended really well those situations.
And scored the goal. That part of that defence, Adam Webster had a fantastic game.
Yeah, he did. Him and Dan were fantastic, really.
Seemed to enjoy the battle with Lukaku particularly.
Yeah, I think, well, we look like we're enjoying our football, which I think is important. The players are giving everything. They're not perfect, but when they make a mistake, they recover. They work hard for each other. They try the best, and as a coach, that's all you can ask for.
And was that set piece routine for the goal? Was that off the training ground?
Yeah, it was. I think something we spoke about. Sometimes they happen for you, sometimes they don't. But nice for us to get that. As we've talked about getting goals from all over the other areas of the pitch. So we're pleased with that.
Yeah, and it was a big call to not start with Mopé and Trossard. It was a little bit of a gamble in some respects. I know you're freshening up the side, but they've been playing pretty well.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it was a bit of a tactical decision, a bit of a consideration of the season that both those guys have had in terms of so much football. There's COVID and injuries around, so people don't necessarily get the full picture of everything that goes on. But Danny's attributes, Tariq's attributes, I think in terms of threatening the back line, I think you have to do that against Chelsea just to create some space, and Danny does that well.
And a great boost to go toe-to-toe with European champions.
Well, yeah, I think you can tell by the reaction of the supporters. They were happy with the team, happy with the performance. I think they paid the money and enjoyed the game, so that's good for us.
Yeah, you're getting mentioned for vacancies as well. It's a bit flattering, isn't it? They'll keep you here, though, surely.
No, exactly. That's, you can't control what people write or speak about in the newspapers or 24-hour news stations. You've got to fill it with something, so I just don't pay too much attention to it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Well done.
Cheers.